gets you up against the best players in the CHL, and the best teams. So that was great experience, and yeah, I'll definitely draw from that moving forward.
What kind of a spirit will you have? You see what I did there? When you get to the training camp in September.
Yeah, I'll be excited. It's always great being here. I'm excited for this week here at development camp, and yeah, I mean, I'll head back afterwards for a little bit more summer training, and then yeah, I'll be ramping up for rookie camp and training camp, and yeah, it'll be just a thrill to be back here, be around everybody, and it'll be, like I said, an exciting chapter in my life, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Yesterday, Alex Barré-Boulet, when we spoke to him when he signed, he said, the fact that the two teams are so close, or basically almost in the same city, for him was a key factor. If you have to go to Laval, to know that you're that close all the time, that they can keep an eye on you, does that make you feel a little bit more comfortable?
Yeah, it definitely keeps you in touch with the NHL club here. Not every team in the NHL and the AHL are that close together. So to be able to have that is huge for development. For everybody in the AHL, or if you have to bounce in between. So I think that's awesome. I think it's really handy to have that kind of connection there, and it'll only serve the players better down the road.
I don't know if you listened to the presser yesterday, but Kent, when he spoke about free agency and the fact that they decided not to go out and sign certain veterans because they wanted to keep that space open for you guys. How does that make you guys feel?
Yeah, I'm sure it excites everyone. I'm excited myself. Like I said, this coming season is going to be awesome, and yeah, being given that trust to kind of grow into a role, hopefully would be down the road here would be super exciting, and it's good to know that the organization has a plan and kind of has trust in the guys that they're drafting, and keeping a close eye on their development, and knowing what to expect out of them, and like I said, just having a plan for the coming years. So it's pretty exciting.
It's our third development camp, I think, here with the organization. There's a bunch of guys who were here with you the previous year who are not here this summer. What's it like to be one of the oldest guys? And did you have the options to come or not to come? Or
I think it's a bit proximity based. Obviously, I'm really happy to be here. It gets a bit of a change from my regular summer schedule. So to be able to get out here, see the staff and the development staff, and kind of get in touch with the program here. It's always a great week to come out and do that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to what's to come this week, and I'm happy to be here and help guys that maybe haven't been here as much as I have. So just kind of giving them my insight and playing a bit of a leadership role is always good.
Along the same line, what would you say is the biggest difference between the Owen Beck that's standing in front of us now and the one that came here a couple of years ago?
Yeah, just a little bit more growth and maturity. Obviously I'm just a year older, so everything within my personal development off the ice, and development as a player on the ice and in the gym is has just come a long ways over that year. I've kind of discovered a new mindset or attitude towards the game, both mentally and the way I play it. So yeah, it's just a lot more maturity, I believe.
You've always been described as a smart centerman and good also defensively, but do you believe that your game you were able to take a jump offensively this year? Yeah,
I think so. I think that move to Saginaw was huge for me. Chris Lazary and all of the coaching staff and Saginaw really helped me prepare my game as a whole, not just offensively, but obviously that's the biggest jump that a lot of people notice. But yeah, Laz was so specific with details, and played us in a system that allowed us to be proficient offensively, and I think that I kind of thrived in that setting. So going to Saginaw was an amazing experience, and obviously to cap it off at the Mem Cup was super cool.
What was the feeling winning that Memorial Cup and getting some goals also at the big game?
Yeah, it was unreal. I still kind of get chills thinking about it, reliving that moment. That last second goal that Bloomer scored there, I didn't even know it went in at first, and when I saw it, I was like, oh my God, we could do this. And it was a storybook ending, and to be able to hear that buzzer go and everybody, you know, pile on top of Oki there and you know, experience that kind of once in a lifetime moment was amazing. It's so special, and you know, there's no better way to end off junior.
Owen, you know, they've been drafting a lot those last 3-4 years, and there are already young guys on the team with a lot of skill that are doing well. Slavkovsky, Cole, Suzuki, and now there are other guys coming with Demidov and maybe Lane Hudson. We'll see. But how exciting is it for you knowing that this is what you're jumping into with all these guys that have all this potential? We'll see if it works out, but you know, there's real potential there.
Yeah, it's exciting. You know, I mentioned the front office and, you know, the organization having a plan, and it seems to be coming along quite well. So, yeah, I'm going to look to be a part of that, you know, down the road here, and, you know, I'm looking forward to being able to do that. So, yeah, it's an exciting time here in Montreal. You know, there's been a couple down years, obviously not making the playoffs, but, you know, I believe, you know, the team's not far away from getting into that playoff conversation again, and you know, there should be a lot of success to come.
Is it difficult not to look too much at the depth chart and try to evaluate where you are in the organization, or you don't have too much trouble with it?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm keeping an eye on it, seeing what opportunities arise, but at the end of the day, you know, no matter what the depth chart looks like, you're going to have to earn a job. So it really doesn't matter at a certain extent. You kind of just got to focus on yourself and make sure you're putting yourself in the best position to offer this team, you know, whatever you can to, you know, fill a role and do a job for them. You know, because at the end of the day, that's what they're looking for.
You're obviously looking to make the team come into camp, like every player, I guess. What can you bring to this team if you do make it this season?
Yeah, I think just a little bit of everything. You know, I think I'm a pretty well-rounded player, and you know, just being able to play on both sides of the puck. You know, playing any kind of role, whether it's, you know, power play, penalty kill, or you know, defensive zone draws or defensive zone situations, offensive zone starts. Just a little bit of physicality. You know, I think I bring that well-rounded aspect to the game, and you know, I think that can serve a team well.
Was it a late getting? I don't know if you answered early, but how has your game improved the most, you think, since you got drafted?
I think everybody's talking about the offensive jump or the offensive production increase. I think that that's come a long way. You know, I mentioned playing in Saginaw, that being a big stepping stone for me. So I think I've, you know, learned a lot of you know, different rotations and patterns in the offensive zone, and a lot of different ways to create offense. So I think you know, I've become a little bit more multidimensional as a player offensively, both through rush, you know, transition offense and you know, just offensive zone play. So I think that's been the biggest stepping stone for me, and I think just physical maturity has kind of led to more physicality as well in my game, which has served me well.
What are you weighing at now?
I think today was like 194, which is you know, a little bit lighter than I have been this summer, but not sure where I'm going to land at, but we'll see.
You had that quick, you know, one taste of NHL experience. How much did that maybe help you, motivate you, or whatever? Like, what did that do for you as far as your development?
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, having played that one game, it's an awesome experience, like you said, and you know, I think that's exactly what I take away from it, is just the experience of it. You know, it's really cool to see that kind of lifestyle, kind of getting a taste of what it's like, and it definitely motivates you to get back there as soon as possible. So, and it also, you know, shows you where you need to be in order to play in that league. You know, it's not easy, and you know, it's hard to do consistently. So, you know, you kind of got to take that game and learn from it, in a sense, and just try and implement everything you need to play in this league full time. And like I said, just learn from as much as you can.
It was only one game, but what impressed you most about Marty as a coach, sitting on the bench for one game and hearing him and finding out what he's about?
Yeah, you know, obviously he was a very smart hockey player when he played, and that's definitely translated into his coaching style. Very detailed. You know, he sees the game well, you know, from the bench there in a coaching position. So, yeah, he's through any preseason games that I've played with him as the coach, or in that, you know, one NHL game, it's pretty evident that he knows the game well, and he's going to be a good coach. You know, he's still relatively new coach in the league, and yeah, so he does a good job, and you know, obviously the personal aspect of you know, him connecting with his players is you know, kind of next to none. So.
Did you watch a lot of playoff hockey?
I know you were busy on your own, but.
Tried to whenever I could, yeah. Obviously, it's pretty tight checking, and you can learn a lot from it, you know, and translate it into, you know, your own game, because, you know, mistakes are, you know, aren't obviously are pretty crucial in playoff games. You know, there's not a lot of them, and when they happen, it can, you know, put you down a goal and in some tough situations. So, yeah, you definitely watch their detail and try to dissect the game as much as you can to learn, you know, where things broke down and went wrong and what led to, you know, maybe a goal against, or, you know, you can look at it the other way and, you know, see how it leads to a goal for. So there's a lot to take away from playoff hockey. It's a bit of a chess match, and, you know, it's super tight checking, but yeah, I tried to watch as much as I could and, you know, try to take that back to junior with me for our playoff run.
Is there one player in particular that you looked at more closely than others?
I mean, I thought in the playoff run there, Barkov was kind of, you know, exemplified my game. I think he's an incredible player on both sides of the puck, and I mean, if McDavid didn't have that historic playoff run, he probably would have been the Conn Smythe favorite. So, and that yeah, that defensive side of the game, you know, won him a championship. So, I think it's super important to play both sides of the puck, and like I said, just watching Barkov, just tried to learn as much as I could from him, because obviously he's kind of the textbook two-way player in the NHL.
Oh, and I believe you didn't go to school last season, correct?
No.
That's the first year you didn't, right?
This will be the second,
The
I
second
think.
year
Yeah.
you didn't, okay.
Yeah.
Because I know you were an academic, you know, the academic awards. Did not going to school, how did that maybe help you prepare for pro hockey when that will be, you know, your only main focus?
Yeah, it kind of gives you an idea of you know, the routine. It gives you, frees up more of your time to be able to focus on your craft, your taking care of your body and everything, to prepare yourself as much as you can for you know, for the next day or the next week or your next game. Just make sure you're as ready as you can be to step into that. So yeah, just in general, it just frees up more time for you to kind of hone in on one thing.
Did you miss anything about school?
I mean, I did enjoy school, but you know, I've always enjoyed hockey a little bit more. So it's yeah, I've kind of just enjoyed being able to focus on just hockey.
Good answer.
How much time off did you allow yourself to take after the Cup?
About 2 weeks. I came up for the Grand Prix here in Montreal, which was a super exciting race, and then I took a little vacation for about a week and then got back into training after that.
Firstly, sorry if I make you repeat, but what is the biggest difference, in your opinion, between now and the day you were drafted by Montreal?
Yeah, yeah, like I said earlier, just the maturity to both my game, myself physically, and I guess mentally as well. You know, I think I've kind of learned a lot about the game over those 2 years since I've been drafted, and obviously progressed physically as you know, as I've grown and whatnot. So that all kind of carries over into my game on the ice, and you know, I've kind of developed you know, a bit of a different mindset on the ice, and it all just comes together to help me you know, perform the best I can out there.
Have you got a chance to know the city a little bit, Owen, to maybe figure what it might be like to live here one day?
I've been in and around Montreal from time to time, like around camps, obviously, and like I said, I came up for the Grand Prix. I've been up for a couple concerts here and there, so yeah, I've always loved the city, even since I've been here as, you know, a little kid, when I came to a game when I was like 12 or something. So yeah, I've been in and around Montreal. I've always thought it's, you know, a really beautiful city, and it's laid out well, I guess you could say. It's you know, nice to be in this environment, this atmosphere here, and obviously kind of hockey rolls over everything. So it's awesome for me as a hockey player. So yeah, I really love it here.
What do you remember about that game when you were 12?
I just remember the atmosphere, honestly. You know, kind of the way that the Bell Center's built, it's, you know, really vertical, and I think now that I know what it's like to be on the ice, you can see the effect of that. You know, as a player, it feels like the fans are on top of you, which I love. You know, it kind of helps play in front of the home crowd, because it feels like they're right there behind you. So, yeah, just and the atmosphere of all Montreal fans. You know, it was a regular season game, and yeah, it was the loudest rink I've ever heard. So, yeah, that was super cool, and yeah, looking forward to more experiences like
Where
that.
were you sitting for that game?
I was probably up in the highest
Upper
bowl,
bowl,
the
yeah.
upper bowl there. Yeah.
Thank you, Owen.
Awesome.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks,
I'll
guys.
come back in 15 minutes. Je vais revenir dans une quinzaine de minutes avec